anything in the brothel. I'm a bit like, fuck you now. It's just like you feel like your eye's going to be poked out. You're just like, ah!
Let's take it back to the beginning of your journey, because you started out in Oldham Babes, up near Manchester. Can you remember your first ever performance?
I devised a short play on my front lawn with my friend Natasha, who lived around the corner, and it was called The Bad Seed. And I think we just went around in like American accents going, the bad seed, the bad seed. And obviously we got all the parents on the lawn to watch, and they were mortified probably. Like, who are these troubled children?
Yeah. It's quite contemporary theatre though for a child.
Yeah, it is. A lot of circling around each other.
Because I'm no casting director for a nativity play, but if you didn't play Mary, I think there's an injustice. Did you never get to play Mary?
The closest I got was a shepherd.
It
was
shades.
Every year, devastation.
We're talking like tea towel on top of the head, like not getting the main role.
Yeah, wearing a quilt with a rope around my belly.
And
a staff.
This is an injustice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teddy bear sheep under the arm, devastating.
I bet you gave everything to that role though.
There was you could feel the work ethic and the sort of like the weathered sort of state of my profession.
You were very in character.
Yeah, at 7 years old.
Yeah. Daniel Day-Lewis vibes.
Yeah. I was living it.
I've been toiling as a shepherd for weeks in preparation for this.
Yeah.
I love that. Were you always performing as a child? Were you kind of like that person who was like, oh my God, Olivia Babes, we've seen this performance already? Like, were you quite chilled?
I don't know. I'm from a broken home, so it was always a bit like Daddy, Daddy, love me. And I'm the eldest. So I think that's a potent combination of just please someone, pay attention to me. Not to lower the tone, but we've all there's a sort of like tried and tested alchemy of just like wanting to like make people laugh and entertain, but also to be told that I was a good little girl.
Did you always have big dreams, or did dreams find you?
I had big dreams, but I just never thought they would come into fruition. And so then I think the dreams did find me, and I was sort of really bowled over that happened, coming from Oldham when there's not that many examples of actors who have gone on to be successful outside of a soap. That's quite rare. So yeah, I did not expect this life at all.
You definitely didn't come from a performing family, did you?
No. My dad loves karaoke though. So
have you ever done a duet with him on the karaoke?
Oh God, he made me sing when we were in Rhodes in Greece. I was 14 and I think I was like sneaking like jelly shots. Like going up to the bar and singing jelly
Girl
shots.
after my own heart, 14, babe.
And I all of a sudden heard my name being called out for karaoke, and he made me sing the Frank and Nancy Sinatra, and then I go and spoil it up. It was so excruciating because it's quite a romantic song.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward, that one, babe.
Yeah, and I'm just like riddled with puberty as well. Just like.
You started working when you were 18 years old. Was there something you really wish you learnt sooner? If you could go back to that 18-year-old you, is there something you wish you could have learnt sooner about the industry or about life?
I think just ask for help. Like, stop trying to be grown. Stop trying to do everything by yourself. Stop trying to act like you're, a 42-year-old professional. You're a child, and so like it's okay to say like I actually don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to I didn't know how to sign a check. Well, checks don't really exist anymore, but like
we're really aging ourselves on this stage tonight, babe.
just a little girly. But I didn't know I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. So I think rather than having a panic attack in your clinical apartment in Vancouver, like just ask someone for help.
Reach out.
Yeah.
Was there a moment there on the early parts of your journey, or maybe even just up until now, where you were like, oh, wow, this is really starting to click. Like, this is my big break?
It's an odd business, and it's an odd career, because I think one's career in this industry is very wavy, and there's peaks and troughs, and the things that I've done and thought like, oh my God, never gonna have to like worry again. The phone didn't ring, after it came out. So
is there a time you can remember that where you thought, oh, this is it?
Yeah, like when Ready Player One came out, which was a Steven Spielberg film, and I was one of the leads in it. Like, I was just like, here we go.
We're off, baby.
Yeah. Scorsese, PTA, come on.
Come to me.
Yeah, and I didn't work for like 6 months afterwards. The phone just didn't ring. So like that's been a huge lesson of like you can't predict. There's no real trend when it comes to this industry.
But you also got to take the lessons where you can as well, right? So even if it wasn't what you thought it was going to be afterwards, I mean, getting to work with Steven Spielberg,
not complaining.
That's like top drawer, babe. Let's get real.
I know.
Is there a lesson you can remember learning from working with him at that point that's maybe informed your career going forward?
Yeah, he is the kindest, most generous, most curious man I think I've ever worked with. And to work with him when he was like mid to late 70s when we did Ready Player One, and he was still like that and commanded a crew with just such care and generosity. You do not have to rule with an iron fist at all. Like you can be at the top of your game, be the most amazing filmmaker on the planet, and just be a really good person. And it's testament to how great his films are and how much he's continued to work and the people that he's surrounded himself with.
I mean, what a great life lesson that is.
Yeah.
Sensational.
Just don't be a dick.
Is there a time you were so proud of using your voice, or the proudest you've been of using your voice?
I don't know. I mean, there's been times when I don't know if I was proud, but I've like kicked off at an actor because they were being a brat. That was one time, but I sort of just like ended up just floating above my body and just going all this stuff like coming out, and then another actor being like, that was amazing. And I was like, then obviously like self-flagellation afterwards. But I don't know. I think I'd like to think that I'm an advocate for other people, especially when they feel uncomfortable using their voice, or just like giving back up, just to someone who feels like they need it. I think that's really important. Just being a bit of a ally in this industry, because it can be quite tricky to navigate.
You need your cheerleaders. You need the people who are going to be beside you, boosting you as well. And I think you must be so fun to have on set, because you're a great laugh on and off screen. Can you remember maybe one of your fondest or funniest memories from shooting anything where you were like, oh, wow, that was a real moment for me?
Yes. I mean, it involved a Merkin. There was a scene in House of the Dragon, season 2, when Fabien Frankel's character, Kristen Cole, seemed to have dropped something. And so he was sort of looking for it in my skirts. And, that is like a mortifying scene to have to wrap your head around anyway. So I said to Amanda Knight, our amazing head of makeup, I was like, I need you to make me the brightest, fieriest Merkin there is. I want it to look like the sun. and so I like stuck it on. Also called up HR on myself beforehand. Just kidding, we don't have HR. And Fabien, I told the director what I was going to do, because I was like, look, maybe don't use the first take, because it's not going to be great. They said action. Fabien sort of like lifted up my skirt and then acted like he'd just been shot. Like his body flung to the other end of the studio. And I was like, oh! And he was like, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on? What's going on? And I was piercing myself laughing. So that I did that.
I think you should keep that for a rainy day, just to mix things up.
Well, guys, I'm wearing it tonight.
All coat and Merkin, babe. That's
Exactly.
basically what you're wearing tonight. Oh my God, I love that. I mean, we need to talk about House of the Dragon, don't we, guys? Where were you at in life when Alison Hightower found you?
When Alison Hightower found
And
me.
me.
It was lockdown. It was lockdown, so I was a captive audience. And yeah, it was 2020 August. We started having the auditions through. I thought I was never going to work again, like I think we all did, who were in, the creative industry. And the story goes, we all auditioned for Rhaenyra first, and then sort of got put into two categories on who they thought was more suited. They put through Alison sides, and I was like, oh yeah.
This is a bit of me, babes.
Yeah. I got this. Yeah. Just
Hold my dragon, I'm going in.
Yeah. Just ethically, morally wonky, repressed woman. Here we go. Yeah, it was like months of auditioning and meeting with the creatives, and they put me on hold for a couple of weeks and told me don't get any other jobs. And I was like, the phone ain't ringing, but they don't need to know that.
We can play hard to get if you want to.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, please don't get any more jobs. And they gave me a bit of money as well to not take another job. So I went.
Sensational, babe.
It was that gorgeous time period where you could get on a flight in 2020 before they closed everything again. It was like 2 weeks, and went to Sicily with that money.
So before you even got the job, you were like, I'm just going to use this.
Yeah, I hadn't been paid in a year, and I was like, here we go.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to save it. I'm going to take myself on holiday.
Yeah.
Really great adulting.
I was like, thank you, House the Dragon.
Thanks, babes. Yeah. Meanwhile, on holiday, being like, please let me get this job.
I know. Like manifesting to the full moon.
Oh, my God.
And then, yeah, like one night in October, I got the call from all my agents, which is always a good sign when all of them are on some very crackly line. And yeah, they said I'd got the role, and I felt immediate dread because I was just like, oh God, now I have to do it. Like you want it so much.
Yeah.
And when you're being brought back in to audition and stuff, you're like, oh, just give it me now, So like I really, really wanted it, and then it's the sort of the weight of it really hits you once it actually is yours. Of like, oh God, I've really got to honour this character and this story now, because we inherited success from Game of Thrones, which was such an incredible show. So I really felt the pressure to do it justice.
How have you dealt with the weight of it? Because it is such a huge franchise and there's so many eyes on it. How have you dealt with that or processed the weight and the pressure that comes with it?
I don't know if I'm just like dumb, but it like or it's just like too hard to sort of like quantify. I try and not think about it too much, because I think I would go into overwhelmed, and I try and think of it as any other project that I've done. It's just on a massive global scale. But antidepressants have helped,
A little bit of numbing, babe.
A little bit of numbing. I can't feel a thing. Yeah.
Because it is so challenging as well. Like, you shoot some of these scenes for over 2 weeks. I mean, that is a long time. Yeah,
but that is like, it's like 3 days into a 2-week scene, you're heading to lunacy, and it is quite fun because everyone like sort of like comes up at different times during the 2 weeks of like peak like hallucinatory sort of like your people are hearing things, people's limbs are giving out, like everyone's just a bit like, what are we doing? Because you're in a studio which doesn't have a lot of oxygen, and like all the candles on the fires are lit, like oxygen is being burnt, all the lights are on, and you go insane, but it's quite fun.
Is there a scene that's really challenged you the most
in House of the Dragon? Yeah, God, I found it all quite challenging. I think some of the scenes with like the eye for an eye scene in season 1 where one of Rhaenyra's boys has just like slashed out my son's eye, and I'm trying to get vengeance, or trying to like hold Rhaenyra's son accountable, and my husband / her daddy is just like, it's just like, what?
What?
Just like, I just want a nice life, and I have to go ballistic, and you know, it's a really, really heightened, dramatic scene where like I grab this knife from Paddy's belt and I run at Rhaenyra, and I then try and stab them, you know, and all the while we have a lot of charged, dramatic dialogue together, and trying to keep up the intensity of that emotion whilst we're shooting that for 4 days and all the fires are lit. So it's like it's like it requires a lot of stamina. And I've got an amazing picture of Emma on my phone where they have to clip up all their like white hair because it's like, I think one strand is like $1,000 or something, and they don't want it to catch on their costume, but their plaits were like clipped up like that. They were pissing themselves laughing, but they had tears streaming all the way down. Like, we'd lost the plot. We'd absolutely lost the plot, and we were so infant in the making of the show, and I think we're a bit like, is this
okay?
Yeah, is this our life?
Are you okay?
Yeah, are you okay?
What we signed up for?
Yeah, it was a bit like staring down the barrel, like, okay, here we go.
There's so many moments where we're sat at home, we're clutching those pearls, aren't we? We're like, oh my God, they did not go there. What's been your biggest clutching your pearls moment on the House of the Dragon? Like, oh my God, I can't believe what I'm watching here.
Anything in the brothel, I'm a bit like, fuck you now. It's just like, you feel like your eye's going to be poked out. You're just like, ah!
Thank God it's not 3D.
I know.
One of the things I think is so incredible about this character is she has been chewed up and spat out by the patriarchal system. And I mean, we're still being chewed up and spat out by the patriarchal system, aren't we, girls? Yes, we are. For you, why do you think misogyny is still so rife right now? Let's go, babes. The pearls are off.
Where do we begin? God, it's hard, isn't it? Because I've got a nephew who's 5. No, he's not. He's 4, and he turns 5 in November. But he just started school. He just started his first week of school. And I look at him, and I'm just like, you are so gorgeous and perfect, and you love your mum, and you love me, and you love your nana so much. And something happens on social media, and something happens once they get into, adolescence. And I think it is like, I think these social networks, the bias is skewed in a really misogynistic way. And I know for a fact that my friends, boys who have just got Instagram, like, they'll go on their For You page and it's just the most like disgusting misogynistic crap, just because the information that he's put in is that he's such and such an age and he's male. So they're just being fed it. And I think we just need to be kinder to, God, I'm on my fucking soapbox now, but I do think we need to be kinder to each other. Like, I don't think, like, I'm such an ardent feminist. I want equality for everyone, but I also don't think it's helpful when we're just like, fucking men, fuck you, like, all men are shy, all men are shit, because like these young boys, they're hearing that as well, and they're metabolizing that, and they're like, oh, well, fuck you then. And unfortunately, just the way this patriarchal system is set up, they've got so much more power than us. So and I know that's like annoying, because like I don't want to be nice to them either, but but I think we have to just we have to just go about this life and our interactions with people with just utter kindness and empathy and understanding, even when it's the hardest thing to do and when you've got every reason not to. What
kind of everyday sexism do you still come up against where you're like, oh, for God's sake, we just finally put this in the bin?
I think weight. I think women get this a lot, like weight, like, oh, you're looking slim, I've got the girlfriend coming out when I was going to the gym a lot, just because like that's what that character did, and I was like, this feels appropriate to look a certain way for this like very glam person. And I think like the comments on body image, and especially in a world where, again, we're like it's like harkening back to the early 2000s, like everyone's shrinking again. I think like that feels like a particularly, I don't know, like gendered issue right now.
It's so true. We just
half a glass of wine in. Does that make sense?
That does.
Okay.
But
good.
also, we just need to stop making comments about people's bodies.
Yeah.
Let's just stop, Han. You
Can
just don't need to say a thing.
You don't say a thing because I'm already saying it to myself.
What do you think have been some real turning points in your journey with mental health?
I have OCD and quite bad intrusive thoughts that have like dominated my life for like the past 10 years. And now only in like the last year have I really been proactive about like trying to really get on top of that. And I mean, I love my therapist. Can you say that? Because I also don't.
You can say that.
But it feels weird to be like, I love you. Like that feels like.
Depends how you love them.
No, I don't. I love them in like a professional way.
Yeah, great.
In like
a professional level way.
This is a service that I am paying for, and
but I love you still.
But thank you. So
Thank God you're here.
She's fantastic, and it takes a while to like, I don't know, like date and find date. What am I doing? I mean, I'm in love with her.
Yeah. I think the confession is out there, babe.
I hope
You're in love with
Rena
your
never
therapist.
listens to this. But I think just like trying to find the right therapist, and I know it takes time because I've sort of cycled through a few of them over the years, and landing on one that truly understands you and also like challenges you as well and makes you do the work. And that has been something that, God, I wish I had earlier on in my career, when I was sort of flailing and didn't really know what was happening with me. And it was a really scary time. And when, like, you know, God, I wish I just didn't enjoy my life at that point. You know, I wish, I don't wish, I'm happy. Like, you know, it all happened for a reason. It's all led me to this place. But there were times where I just couldn't, like, enjoy life or anything or the successes that I had. And work was an escape, but also, like, a distraction from the sort of like inner work that I needed to do.
Is there a lesson you've learnt from therapy that's really changed you? Or that's been like, whoa, that was a light bulb moment, honey, and that's a great lesson I need to share?
Yeah, my therapist, again, is...
Big up.
Wait, I'm talking about too much.
We're flashing the leg now.
I know, sorry. Oh, no, I'm not going to look her in the eye again. No, this is ruining it. No, it's fine. Rena, Dr. Rena, she's really big into attachment theory, and she thinks that this is sort of like the pillar of all your relationships. And it's a free website if anyone here who's avoidant and wants to look at it. It's called Free to Attach, and sort of like just reminding myself that, you know, I'm hyper independent to a fault because like I'm scared of rejection and scared of getting too close to people because what if they don't want to be my friend anymore, you know? And that, even though it sounds really simple, it's often these really simple things that cause us to, you know, have these like really embedded behaviors and interactions with people. So it was sort of that, I guess, from the top of my head, but like loads. She's been amazing. And also like self-compassion, which is so hard to do.
Oh, it's a hard journey.
Because it's so much easier to be like, you're like a bag of shit than to like be like, oh yeah, you look great, you know. We
need to big you up more. Come on, babes.
No, I'm not asking for it. No, I look fab today. I've had my makeup done.
Fantastic. Woo! She looks great, babes.
God, this is so embarrassing. I'm going to listen to this back and I'm going to kill myself. But yeah, why am I drunk?
You're great the way you are, babes. I think what that shows is that therapy, like some people find therapists in life and want to go to therapy. Other people will find therapy through having conversations with other people, right? And you never know what conversation is going to change your life. Like I've learned things from you today that I didn't know and will make me reflect on myself in different ways too. And that's what it's all about. But can you really remember a great chat that's really stuck with you and you're like, whoa, that was a good one?
I'm sure Phia won't mind me saying this. Phia Saban, who is my really, really good friend, who plays my daughter. Misogyny in the industry. But this is a really great conversation. I'm not sure if it really ties in, but it's an amazing story that I'm sure she won't mind me telling you. She was in drama school and she felt like quite lethargic. And like she felt like this sort of like malaise and this weird like illness, and she went to see a medium for it. And she went to this woman's house, and Phia is incredible, and the conversations that I have had with her, she's like a like 2,000-year-old tree. She's like got so much wisdom, and like she's like from the earth, and like I don't know, she's like been here many times. And what this medium said was that she was like, you have a spirit attached to you that used to look after you. She was your nanny that you loved very much. You were a Victorian neglected child from a very wealthy family. And I don't think this nanny is serving you anymore, because she's been with you through many lives, and now I think I need to set her free. And the medium was like, does that upset you? And she was like, no. But then the medium handed Phia a box of tissues, and she just touched her face, and she was sobbing. Wow. Her face was wet. And she was like, oh my God, it's my little child. It's my little Victorian child that's crying. So then... Does this making any sense?
I mean, this is a great chat.
and then, so she had to lie back, and the medium had to like, sort of like snip away the spirit and send her off. And like Phia sort of like peeked up, and she was like this, snipping the spirit away. And then Phia went home back to her digs, and her mate was like, "Whoa, what have you done? Your lazy eye is literally bigger." And her eye, which was like always a bit like shut, had opened.
What? Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Please tell me you then went to go see this medium.
I don't know where she, yeah, I need to go and see. I'm scared.
I mean, I'm quite into this stuff now, because I went to go see one that like laid me, this sounds really dodgy. She like laid me on this bed.
Yeah.
And then she kind of like put me into this trance, and she went into my previous lives, and it was so good.
What did she say?
And then she like downloads the information, not like a computer, but she like literally tells you it. And she told me that I was a male witch in an all-female coven. And I was like, oh my God, this is so on brand. Yay! I was like, this makes so much sense. I'm so happy with this feedback.
Oh my God.
And apparently that's why I'm so like around women all the time. I'm always drawn to female energy.
Yeah.
And she said this really weird thing to me, where she was like, the reason why you're so scared of failure is because you're scared of things being taken away from you, because in your previous life, everything was taken away from you. And the weird thing is, guys, is that 2 days before this, I wrote down in my notes on my phone, told no one, because I was thinking about, why am I so scared of failure? And I was like, it's because I'm scared of things being taken away from me. And she said it back to me. Dun, dun, dun.
Is it because all the witches were burnt?
Like, I think it's because we were like a subjugated against group, marginalised community.
Yes.
And so it wasn't necessarily that we were practicing the witchcraft, we were just seen as witches.
Oh, I see.
And I was like, wow. So like now I'm really into it, because I feel like, well, it fits.
Yeah.
I was like, this is stunning for me.
yeah. You're like, I like what you just said, so I agree with it.
I'm into this. I'm now officially spiritual.
Yeah.
Have you had a spiritual experience then, or not? Are we yet to have one?
I mean, sort of like chemically induced spiritual experiences.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Sensational. Well, from chemically induced moments to another form of high that is, oh my God, the girlfriend. I mean, Cherry doesn't really fuck about, does she? Pardon my French, but she really doesn't. She really lets go. And especially, shall we say, in the bedroom department, because she takes control. And actually, we kind of love to see a girl take control on our screens, don't we, girls? Yes.
Yeah.
How did we navigate those intimacy scenes? Do we hate an intimacy scene? Do we find it quite cathartic in a way?
It's odd, isn't it? It's odd.
Yeah.
It's an odd part of the job. You just sort of have to. You see it looming in the schedule, and you're like, Jesus Christ. I've got an amazing dresser called Alexandra Bland, who has been with me since House of the Dragon. So, very, very comfortable anatomically with her.
She's seen it all.
She's seen it all.
Yeah.
But, you have to wear these, like, intimacy garments, like, sort of nudity covers, which are basically like a bit of gusset with a silicone pad in it that you have to tape to yourself and tape up.
Ooh.
Sort of thing. And it's also really hard because it's got sticky on it and like it gets twisted and the sticky gets stuck together and it's hard to put on. And Alex was like, do you want me to help you? And I was like, absolutely fucking not. But then on my fourth time of trying to stick it up and to my derriere, it was getting stuck and it kept falling off. She was like, oh, and she's like from the Lake District. She was like, fucking hell, Olivia, bend over, let me help you. And so I bent over and I'm like spreading and just having to. It's so mortifying, but you sort of have to just like rise above and disassociate, and that is the day at large, just like out of body. This is weird. This is odd. And
then you have to pretend you're like having a good time, sexy times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Yeah, and sometimes intimacy coordinators are like, when you're making sounds, like make a sound that isn't you. And I'm like, I don't know what I sound like. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. It's odd, man. It's odd. It's a weird part of the job. And like, for some reason, it's all happened to me as I've turned 30.
Have you ever enacted some great revenge on an ex, Olivia?
Yeah, this was when I was a lot younger. I was brutally dumped by my first boyfriend. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is like, actually, I'm saying this on camera and out loud. And he brutally dumped me while I was on holiday, and I was like, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, just like first heartbreak, just so like, oh. I started going out with his best mate.
Babes, claps to that. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Done that too.
Oh, really?
It's great revenge. Cheers to us, babe.
Cheers.
Grove, adults. Woo! And we're now going to open up to a couple of questions. So if you do have a question, please raise your hand.
I wanted to ask, like, as someone who's from, like, the north as well, I wanted to ask, like, being in the industry you're in, like, when you're surrounded by a lot of people who might not be from, like, where you're from and stuff like that, like, have you ever had kind of a imposter syndrome, I guess? And, like, if you, not to have a really serious question, if you have, like, how do you deal with it? Because obviously, like, you deserve as much as anyone else.
Of course, we all do. We all do, no matter what background we have. But yeah, imposter syndrome. Pissed. Imposter's syndrome. Yeah. Massively. And like walking into rooms and everyone knows each other and you wonder why everyone knows each other, but because they all went to the same drama school or they were all like mentored by the same like wonderful theatre producer or whatever it may be. But like shoulders back, babe. You've got to be shoulders back because like your working classness, the place where you're born, like your unique, innate individuality, that's what makes you special. Like you don't want to be like everyone else. And those relationships will come once you enter that industry. And I don't know, I feel like my like working classness or whatever has been one of the best things about me. That's got me so much success in the industry, if that makes sense.
Thank you. And it really helps having figures like you who can be really inspirational for people who want to be in it.
I think that says a round of applause, babe. So, shoulders back is such a great phrase.
Shoulders back.
back,
Even when you don't feel it, shoulders back.
Shoulders back. We're like this, honeys. We're coming in. Make space.